What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's your girl Jay, and today, I just want to come to you guys. You guys know I love mindset. I love to teach you guys a new thought, and share just my experiences with it, and just create a better world for everybody. Because if we can all start to, build that new thought process, we can share our experiences with other people, and it just creates a better atmosphere among everybody that's around you, everybody you come in contact with, and it just builds you a whole new experience in life. Because I know, I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever had a life experience that that left you kind of feeling like lost, alone, and or broken? Man, because I know I have. I've had a lot of experiences in my life that has left me feeling that way. And when those experiences happened, I felt like I was broken. Like something was wrong with me that I couldn't be fixed, and that's the mentality a lot of us gain when something happens to us that hurts us. And it took me a long time to figure out that, I was never broken. I may have felt broken. Now there's a difference being broken and feeling as if you're broken. There's a big difference in that. I may have felt broken, but I was always whole. But I was always seeking and searching to be whole again, to feel complete in my life. And it took a long time. It took a lot of inner work. And it took some dedication on my behalf to want to, change my life, to want to, become a better person. Not for anybody else, but for me. I was tired of, being down all the time, being depressed. I was tired of, going into the same situations, being in the same cycle over and over and over again. I had to break the cycle. And you guys can break the cycle too. If that's you, if you can relate to it, let me know, because I know a lot of people can. And I hope that this video will be able to help some of you guys. If you're going through that, if you know somebody who's going through that, share it with them. Share it with them, because I'm going to be providing, some information for you guys to help you guys, to break through, that cycle of life, of negative experiences that, constantly seem to happen to us. So, I know we encounter a lot of difficult situations that upset us, and like I said, it leaves us feeling like we're broken. And because it's natural as human beings, we desire to live a happy life and a drama-free life, We want to be drama-free. We want to be just free to be, free to be who we are. But, when we encounter these difficult situations in life, it's not easy to feel like you're complete or whole, especially when you're in the midst of it. And it's not easy to actually see the light. You might feel like you're living in darkness. I know I did. I felt like I was I felt like everywhere I looked, there was darkness around me. But it wasn't until, I really started doing my spiritual work to where the light started coming in. And when I speak of light, I'm speaking of all that is good, and that's all inclusive, all that is good, and that is the light that is within us, because we are whole, perfect, and complete as human beings. We may not feel like that, but we are. And a lot of times we find ourselves always seeking to feel like we're whole and complete, and we might feel like that light has dimmed around us. Like I said, I used to feel like there was darkness all around me. Like the light was being withheld from me for some reason, and I was like, what is wrong with me? What did I do to deserve this? So when you are in the midst of whatever it is, an unfortunate circumstance, an unfortunate life experience, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Because that's not going to solve anything, because we bring about what we think about. So we need to do some inner work to find out, why is it happening to us? But that's not the right question. That's not the question that you should be asking in order to solve this issue. And I'm gonna go through some of the stuff. But we are only seeking, when we're asking those questions and when we're going through those difficult situations, we're only seeking to break through any fear-based thoughts and beliefs that we have that is actually preventing us from preventing our true self from revealing itself. So if we can take the time to examine that experience, that negative experience, negative circumstance, whatever it is, if we can take that time to examine that experience, because there is something within that experience that is seeking a fuller expression of your true self. I know maybe some of this may sound a little off to you, but just give me a chance here. Okay, give me a chance here. Because some of us, we have these, maybe you'll understand here, in just a minute, but some of us, we have like these unconscious conflicts within us that is deeply buried, that has been buried maybe for years, that we just suppressed, and we are only aware of them when a negative experience comes up, or when some kind of experience comes up. And because what happens is it just re-echoes everything that we say and do. So let me try to clear that up a little bit, because I kind of stumbled on that a little bit. But let me just restart that over. Some of us, we have these unconscious conflicts, that happens to us, that is, that have happened to us, that is deeply buried within us. And we're only aware of them because they have re-echoed everything we say, do, and think. Okay? And what I mean is, we may have been hurt in the past. We may have been felt alienated. And all those things, when we enter a difficult situation, some of those things come back up, and if we're not consciously aware of those things, we're just going in that vicious cycle. I hope you get what I'm saying here. So, we have to be clear. We have to clear our mind, of these buried, repressed feelings and emotions that we've had. So we can, we can start letting the difficult situations speak to us instead of letting it control us. Excuse me. So instead of those, negative situations controlling us, we can allow those situations to actually speak to us, so we can find out why these situations are difficult for us. So we can explore, those underlying beliefs and fears that has made the current situation painful. I had to do a lot of work with that. It's not easy. It's simple. It's not easy though. And we have to be truthful with ourselves when we're doing this inner work, because we need to allow, we have to uncover, whatever painful emotions that we, have buried so deep in us, and when we're doing this work, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna uncover some painful emotions. And those painful emotions could be guilt, shame, could be loneliness. And I'm gonna tell you, those three right there, those were my top three emotions that I had buried, that I didn't realize I buried until I started doing the inner work. I felt guilty about a lot of things, guilt of things that really wasn't my fault, but I took it on as mine. I felt shame of some of the things that happened to me, that it wasn't any fault of mine. It was just something that happened. And then that loneliness feeling, I withdrew. So that made me feel like I was lonely, even though I wasn't. Okay, I shut down from the world. And so those top three things right there for me were my triggers when in any difficult situation that I had in the present that I encounter, I try to look at that situation and see, what is it that's triggering me? What is it that's triggering me to be upset? What is it that's triggering me that what happened in this situation? Why am I hurt behind this? And see, some of these questions you really have to ask yourself and really dig deep. And some of the stuff could stem from your childhood. But the thing about it is, you have to do the work to find out, to uncover these things, because by uncovering, the benefit of this is by uncovering these painful emotions and acknowledging these emotions, it allows us to learn from them. And when we have a conscious awareness of these emotions, we're no longer suppressing them, and we can start to move beyond, the effects that, our fear-based belief have on us. So, and another benefit of it is we begin to let the light in. We begin, that darkness begins to fade, and we can begin to start letting the light in, into our life, and letting the light shine from within us. Because as we face and acknowledge and release all the obstructions that are blocking the light, within us, we begin to have an inner shift, and our life experiences, stops reflecting all those buried beliefs that we had, and all those fears that we've been holding on to. So, with that shift, you start to see more positive actions, more positive experiences in your life. And it just makes for a better living. It just makes for a better life. So I hope you guys understood what I was saying here. The main goal is to really uncover any fears that you have, any limiting beliefs that you have, put those painful emotions out there on the forefront. I mean, I'm not saying for you to share it with the world, but what I am saying is for yourself, take a quiet moment for yourself and reveal, all those painful emotions that you could be carrying around, or that you have been carrying around, so that, you can start to move beyond those things, because as long as you're consciously aware of it, you can use it to your benefit, and you can learn from any other experience that you've had or that you encounter. So use your past experiences as a learning tool, as a learning lesson, and apply what you've learned, to any current difficult situations that you encounter. So guys, if you enjoyed the content that I provided for you today, please go ahead and shoot me a like, a thumbs up, some love. Share it if you find someone else can actually relate to what I'm saying to you guys today. It could actually benefit them as well. Also, I have a free gift for you guys. Basically, it's a free download for you. It's an exercise that I actually did myself that actually, helped me to start revealing more light, that's within myself. And I tell you, doing the exercise, it was kind of painful, but in the end, it was definitely beneficial to me because I was able to work through a lot of issues that I was carrying around for years that I really didn't know, consciously that I was actually carrying these things around. I mean, these were all the hidden beliefs that I had about life and myself. So if you think that this exercise can be useful for you, go ahead and click the link that's up above or down below, wherever you're watching it, and check it out for yourself. And I mean, it can't hurt. It's always good to do personal development, always the right thing to work on yourself. All right, guys, I appreciate your love and all your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.